Coding every day isn't really about grinding for hours, it's about making it unavoidable and small enough to stick. 30 minutes of coding every day is nearly 200 hours in a year, and we tend to get incredibly skilled at the things we do every day. In this video, I will show you the 3 keys I use to unlock the habit of coding every day. I have been coding every day for many years, not because I'm super disciplined or have nothing else to do, but because I work as an embedded software engineer on the weekdays and enjoy working on weekend passion projects that never end up seeing the light of day. But even before being employed, I had the habit of coding a little bit every day, so I thought I'd share with you how I did it. The first point comes from one of my favorite books of all time, Atomic Habits. One key idea is that it's almost impossible to simply remove a bad habit. What we need to do instead is replace it. I identified a bad habit in my life, in my case playing video games for hours every day, and replaced it with something that felt more productive, which was coding. This made it easy. When the time of day that I normally play video games came around, I'd simply open a code editor and bang out some Python instead of grinding The Last of Us, which I would normally do. There was no need to find new time in my schedule, and I killed 2 birds with 1 stone. What would it look like for you? Do you also have a video game addiction? Do you doom scroll for hours every day? Identify the bad habit and replace it with coding. My next piece of advice is to always know what to work on next. Not doing that was one of my biggest streak killers before landing a job where there is always something to do. I remember one day when I sat down at my computer to code, but I didn't have a clear task to work on. I was set up for failure and went back to video games that day. So the lesson is to always maintain 1, 2 or 3 projects that you like working on, and keep a to-do list for each project so you know what the next step is. Here is my to-do list for one of my projects that you can use as inspiration. Always knowing what to do next lowers friction and dramatically reduces your likelihood of quitting. I recommend lowering the bar on quality. Daily coding is not about perfect code. It's about showing up and moving forward, even if it's just 1 line that day. I learned this lesson from my coding job. Since I'm forced, by choice, to code every day, there will be days where I barely make any progress. I may have a bad night of sleep, some personal life crisis, or a day consisting only of mistakes. But if I zoom out over the weeks and months and years, the amount of progress made is astonishing, even if on some days the needle is barely moved at all. The same lesson is true even if you don't code for work. Every day is part of your journey, and there will always be ups and downs, but over time it always goes up. So don't be too hard on yourself on those days where you don't feel up for it, but stick to it and you will see great results over time. It's never about perfection, it's about keeping the momentum. So what are you waiting for? Get off YouTube and start thinking about what habit to replace, and then get on with your next coding project. And if you'd like to learn how to program things for yourself faster than anywhere else while also having a good time, then check out my Speedy Python Fast Track course, linked in the video description.